Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq 100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed on Nasdaq. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining us this Friday afternoon, we have Sara Mehle, ESG Index Strategist with Nasdaq Global Indexes, to discuss, while this is a tough market with inflation and rising interest rates and geopolitical tensions, there are some pockets of relative strength. Sara, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Hey, Jill, good to see you as well. So as you were mentioning, it's been a tough run. Today we are down once again, but over the last few months, since the beginning of Q3, so June 30th, the Nasdaq 100, without today's pullback factored in, is relatively flat. And so we do see the index down, about 30% so far year to date. But when I was digging in a little deeper just to see where that those returns were coming from, and really over the past few months, we've seen the Nasdaq 100 driven by discretionary names, adding a little over 2%, industrials and utilities, and tech, which has the largest allocation, has dragged the index. But those top stock contributors, some names that we're expecting, the Apples, Amazon, Netflix, PayPal, and Tesla's up there as well. Tesla and Apple are the only two to have contributed over 1%. And so today, just wanted to discuss Tesla because, when we dig in a little deeper, the automobiles and parts subsector is actually the top performing within the Nasdaq 100 over the last few months, followed by retailers and technology and hardware equipment. So we're really seeing that huge divergence there between discretionary and tech. If we look at the total returns, just looking at the two groups, we see about 15%, difference there in total returns over the last few months. But Tesla is that shining star, if you will. We've seen Tesla come out with some headlines recently, and innovation is at the heart of the Nasdaq 100, and really Tesla exemplifies this. They're pushing boundaries, outside of traditional electric vehicles. Today I read a headline here that the world's first Tesla solar neighborhood is becoming a reality in Texas. I have a picture there of one of the houses in the top right, which it looks like it's listed for about $750,000. But having those solar roofs there. And this week also Tesla announced a new charger adapter, which will make its cars accessible to public chargers, and ramping up production. So with Tesla being one of those top holdings, in the Nasdaq 100, about 5%, I thought it was worth noting here just the extreme strength that we've seen from the stock over the last few months. In fact, since the beginning of the quarter, Tesla's up over 28%.
Yeah, it's so interesting, Sara, the fact that they're diversifying outside of other areas besides automobile manufacturing and really kind of getting into that climate tech space as well. We had a guest on today, one of our issuer clients, talking about, cloud was the technology where we are right now. And then we think about the next 10 years, we're going to be talking about climate tech. So basically, it'll kind of become what cloud was from the past 10 years. The next 10 years, climate tech is really where they expect to see the growth. And it seems as if Tesla could potentially be a little bit ahead of the curve by also focusing on that vertical, in addition to the traditional car manufacturing, to your point.
Yeah, exactly. We really see that those companies at the top, so those Apples, Teslas, Microsoft, those that have those diversified, lines of business within them really are driving innovation. Have those higher weights within the Nasdaq 100 index. So yeah, as you mentioned, just the solar neighborhood I thought was really interesting. I actually went onto the neighborhood website and, like I said, priced out that house that I had up there. But yeah, so they're having solar roofs, and then they have power walls within them as well. So as you mentioned, we'll see where this climate tech drives us. But for now, we really are seeing Tesla here driving innovation.
All right, Sara, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.